The park was peaceful. Kids, music, laughing, birds chirping morning, joggers passing by. Nobody noticed that. First, everyone thought the woman in the park was just a caring stepmother, tending to her tired little boy. She held his hand gently, stroked his hair, spoke softly, almost lovingly. But the boy's eyes told a different story. Glassy, music, unfocused, terrified. His knees buckled every few steps. His arms hung limp at his sides. Something was terribly wrong. That a little boy sat trembling in his stroller, bruises hidden under his sleeves, music, tears slipping quietly down his face. His stepmother knelt beside him, speaking music softly, sweetly, yet in her hand was a small syringe filled with a strange liquid she insisted was vitamins. But every time she gave it to him, the boy grew weaker, paler, sicker. Music that morning, in the middle of the peaceful park, she leaned in again, ready to inject him with another dose. When the boy began to scream at TE that exact moment, a police K9 suddenly froze mid-patrol, his ears. Music shot up, his body went rigid, and then he bolted toward the sound with explosive force, dragging his officer behind him. Seconds later, he was sprinting toward them. Music, what he stopped, saved a child's life. That it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't confusion. It was a slow, calculated attempt to end a child's life. And what the K9 uncovered next shocked an entire department. Before we start, make sure to hit like, music, share, and subscribe. And really, I'm curious, where are you watching from? Drop your country name in the comments. I love seeing how far our stories travel. 7-year-old Liam used to run everywhere, through hallways, across the yard, even in the grocery store aisles. But lately, he could barely stand without wobbling. His legs felt weak, his head spun constantly, and dark bruises kept appearing on his arms and ribs. His stepmother, music Vanessa, insisted it was just growing pains. She smiled when she said it, but the smile never reached her eyes. She always followed her explanation with the same line. Don't worry, sweetheart. Mommy's vitamins will make it better. Music, every morning, she handed him a small cup of juice, mixed with something bitter. Music, every evening, she gave him a vitamin, shot with a tiny syringe she carried in her purse. Liam hated them. They made him dizzy, sleepy, numb. Yet every time he resisted, Vanessa's grip tightened on his arm. Do you want to get sick? Again, she would whisper. His father, overwhelmed with work, trusted her completely. Vanessa knows what she's doing, he said. She's trying to help. Neighbors noticed Liam's fading energy, but assumed he had a virus. No one questioned Vanessa's care. Music. Across town, Officer Daniels and his K9 partner Rex began their morning patrol through the park, unaware of that. Today, their instincts would save a life. Liam's teachers noticed the changes before anyone else. The little boy who once colored outside the lines and giggled at everything now sat, slumped over his desk. Music, eyelids heavy, hands trembling when he tried to hold a pencil. One afternoon while reaching for his backpack, he collapsed to his knees. The school nurse called Vanessa immediately. She arrived, breathless and dramatic, clutching Liam to her chest. He has terrible allergies, she announced loudly. The doctor said he'll get better with his medicine. No one questioned her. Music, why would they? Liam himself was too weak to speak, but his symptoms worsened. Only at home, Vanessa became more controlling, insisting Liam stay inside, away from playgrounds and friends. She refused visitors, claiming he needed rest. Liam tried to tell his father that the vitamins made him sick, But every time he opened his mouth, Vanessa's hand tightened on his shoulder. Stop exaggerating. She music snapped. Your father works hard. Don't make him worry. On Saturday morning, she pushed Liam's stroller to the park, claiming fresh air would help him. Music, but once they reached an empty patch of grass, Liam saw her pull out the familiar syringe. Panic surged through his chest. No, please, music, not again, he whimpered. Vanessa's smile sharpened. It's for your own good. Liam's cry echoed across the park that exact moment. K-9 Rex mid-patrol. With Officer Daniels froze. Music, his ears shot up. His body went rigid. That he heard Liam's distress before any human did. And without warning, Rex broke into a full sprint. Rex tore across the grass with explosive force, his paws pounding the ground like thunder. Music, Officer Daniels barely had time to react before the leash slipped from his hand. Rex, heel, he shouted, but the dog didn't listen. Not out of disobedience, but urgency. Something was wrong. Terribly, music, wrong. Daniel sprinted after him, heart hammering in his chest, trying to see what Rex had sensed long before he did. Ahead, Vanessa knelt beside Liam's stroller, music gripping his shaking wrist. The small syringe in her hand glinted under the morning sun. Music, Liam's sobs were muffled, desperate, the sound of a child who had run out of strength to fight music back. Vanessa leaned closer, voice dripping with manufactured sweetness. Music, stop crying. This will make you calm. Rex saw the syringe before Daniels did. His bark split the air like a warning siren. Vanessa flinched, whipping her head around just as Rex lunged between. Music, her and the boy, snarling with a ferocity Liam had never seen. The stroller rocked as Rex planted himself firmly in front of Liam, teeth bared, body rigid, refusing to let Vanessa near him. Daniels reached them seconds later. Music, breathless. Ma'am, step away from the child, he commanded, and instinctively moving to his holster. Vanessa stumbled backward, clutching the syringe behind her, eyes wide with panic. This is a misunderstanding, she insisted. It's just vitamins. Rex barked, again louder, sharper, never taking his eyes off her. His entire body screamed, danger. Music, Daniels extended his hand. Give me the syringe. Vanessa hesitated. Rex growled. She froze completely. Music, for the first time, someone had stopped her. Daniels held his hand out firmly. Music, ma'am, put the syringe on the ground. Vanessa's face shifted from panic to anger, her jaw tightening as she clutched it closer to her chest. I told you, these are vitamins. Music needs them. She snapped, but Rex wasn't buying it. The dog's growl deepened, ears pinned back, teeth showing just enough to warn her he'd strike if she made one wrong move. Liam whimpered from the stroller, instinctively reaching for Rex's fur. Daniels noticed children didn't cling to animals for no reason. Slowly, Vanessa lowered the syringe to the grass, though her hands shook with poorly hidden rage. Daniels bagged it, carefully, sealing it for evidence. Ambulance is on the way, he said into his radio. Vanessa hissed under her breath. You're ruining music, everything. Daniels shot her a warning. Look, everything? What exactly were you trying to do? Within minutes, paramedics arrived. Music, one medic immediately lifted Liam from the stroller, checking his pulsing eyes. This child's not sick, the medic whispered to Daniels. He's been drugged more than once. Vanessa's expression twisted. Lies. You have no proof. Music, she cried. But the lab test on the syringe came back. Faster than she expected. Daniels. Radio crackled. Toxic chemical. Confirmed. Household poison mixed with music sedatives. Vanessa's face went pale. Officers surrounded her. Vanessa, Mitchell, you're under arrest. As they cuffed her, Rex stayed at Liam's side. Music, licking his trembling hands. For the first time, Liam looked like he believed someone might save him at the hospital. Liam lay curled under a warm blanket, small and fragile against music, the crisp white sheets. His eyelids fluttered as the medication wore off, and when he finally woke, the first thing he whispered was, "Where's Rex?" Daniel stepped forward, music nodding, toward the foot of the bed. Rex lay there quietly, tail thumping once at the sound of Liam's voice. For the first time in days, Liam's shoulders relaxed. At a nurse checked his vitals. Frowning. Music, he has signs of long-term poisoning. She murmured. Low blood pressure, muscle, weakness, internal irritation. This didn't happen overnight. Music Daniels crouched beside the bed. Liam, buddy, can you tell me what she gave you? Liam hesitated, fingers twisting the blanket. She said they were vitamins, music. He whispered, but every time she gave them, I felt sleepy. My legs wouldn't work. Sometimes his voice, music, cracked. Sometimes I couldn't wake up. Daniel swallowed hard. Why didn't you tell your dad? Liam's eyes filled with tears. Music tried, but she always held my hand really tight. She told me Daddy would get mad if I complained. Daniels glanced at Rex. The dog nudged Liam's arm gently as if telling him he wasn't alone anymore. That Liam's father arrived at the hospital in a panic, breathless and pale. When he saw his son hooked up to monitors, his face crumpled. Liam, buddy, what happened? He music whispered, kneeling beside the bed. Liam hesitated, glancing at Daniel for reassurance, and then at Rex, who stayed pressed against the mattress like a loyal guardian. She hurt. Me, Liam said softly.